Hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the topic of conservation of momentum with regard to your NCERT as explained in NCERT. Okay. So suppose you have a gun. Okay. Now this is a loaded gun. Now it is at rest. The system, it is at rest. Okay. So if it is at rest, you have two components here. One is the gun and the other one is bullet. Okay. Now when the system is at rest, that means both gun and bullet, they are at rest. Okay. Both are at rest. Now if the system is at rest and the gun is at rest, bullet is at rest, so that means the momentum will also be, what will be the value of the momentum? Momentum will be 0, because momentum is product of mass into velocity. Okay. Now since velocity is 0, that means the momentum is also 0. Okay. Now let us say this is the initial momentum. Okay. This is the initial momentum. And let us mark it as Pi. Pi. So this is the initial momentum Pi, and momentum is a vector quantity. So this is a vector symbol and it is equal to 0. So this is the case before firing the bullet. Okay. Now let's see what happens when the bullet is fired. So now when the bullet is fired, okay, now it will, suppose this is the bullet and it will move in the forward direction. Okay. So now the momentum of the gun, see when the bullet is fired, so bullet will move in the forward direction. The gun will experience a recoil and it will recoil in the backward direction. You will feel a jerk, and because of the jerk, this gun will slightly move in the backward direction. So that means now both gun and bullet, they have acquired some velocity. Okay. So when they have acquired some velocity, so that means they have some momentum. So momentum of the gun, it is now not equal to 0. Momentum of the bullet is also not equal to 0. Okay. So that means if we calculate the final momentum at this stage and represent it as by the symbol Pf, so Pf will be equal to momentum of gun plus momentum of bullet. Okay. Now conservation of momentum, it says that for isolated system, momentum is conserved. Okay. For isolated system, momentum is conserved. Okay. So momentum is conserved means momentum is constant. Total momentum is constant. Okay. Now what do you mean by isolated system? Isolated system means, it means no external force. No external force. Okay. The system is not acted upon by external force. There may be internal force, but there is no external force. So if there is no external force acting on the system, we say that the momentum is conserved or momentum is constant. This is the total momentum on the system. Okay. So that is principle of conservation of momentum. Okay. So now if momentum is constant, that means this final momentum, it should be equal to the initial momentum. Okay. It should be equal to the initial momentum, isn't it? Now what was the initial momentum? Initial momentum was 0. Now since initial momentum was 0, okay, so this quantity is 0, so that means the final momentum should also be equal to 0. So momentum of gun plus momentum of bullet, so this is momentum of bullet, this is momentum of gun, sum of these quantities should also be equal to 0. So if the sum of these quantities is equal to 0, so that means momentum of gun it is equal to, if I take this quantity to the other side, it will become minus PB, that is momentum of bullet. Okay, so that means the momentum of gun will be equal to momentum of bullet. They will be equal in magnitude, so that is this symbol, equality. But there is also this negative sign, so which shows that this momentum direction will be opposite. Okay, momentum direction will be opposite. Now since momentum, it is a product of mass and velocity, mass into velocity, and mass is a scalar quantity. So that means if momentum are in opposite direction, momentum of gun and momentum of bullet, they are in opposite direction, that means that their corresponding velocities are in opposite direction. So it is for this reason, when the bullet moves in the forward direction, gun moves in the backward direction. If we take this direction as positive, then this direction will be negative, isn't it? So that explains the recoil action of the gun. Okay, acha. Now let us observe this phenomena in a bit more detail. Okay, that is, let us make some conclusion from this observation. So what we have observed, see, for isolated system, that is gun bullet system, the mutual forces between the pairs of particles can cause change in momentum of the individual particles. Okay, individual particles. That means, see here, bullet was initially at rest. Okay, bullet was initially at rest, so its momentum will be 0. And then that was before firing. Now when it is fired, the bullet acquires some velocity. So there is a change in momentum of the bullet. There is also a change in momentum of the gun. But overall, the total change in momentum is 0. That means momentum change is 0. That means momentum is constant. So individual particles, they may undergo a change in momentum. They may experience some force also. They are experiencing force, in fact. That is why bullet is moving in the forward direction and gun is moving in the backward direction. Okay. So for isolated system, mutual forces between pair of particles can cause change of momentum of individual particles. Okay. Now mutual forces cancels out. This is another important statement. Mutual forces, they cancels out. That means the force exerted by gun on the bullet, it will be equal to the force exerted on the gun by the bullet. Okay, force exerted by gun on the bullet, it is equal to the force exerted on the gun by the bullet. So that means one force is the action, the other force is the reaction. And now remember, for isolated system, action and reaction are equal in magnitude and they are acting in opposite direction. So bullet is experiencing a force in the forward direction, gun is experiencing a force in the backward direction. Okay, so mutual forces, they cancels out. Because action and reaction, they are equal in magnitude, acting in opposite direction, so they cancel out. Momentum changes cancels in pairs. Okay, momentum changes also cancels in pairs. So that is why we say that the total momentum isolated system is conserved. Okay, so if you calculate the total change in momentum of the individual system, individual particles, then they will cancel in pair, and hence we say that total momentum of isolated system is conserved. Okay, now let us see one more example with regard to this concept. So now here we have two balls, A and B. Okay, now both the balls are moving in the same direction. Okay, so both are moving in the same direction, in the forward direction, and this is A, this is B. So A has momentum PA, B has momentum PB. Okay, now then they undergo collision. Now during collision, A is exerting a force on B and B is also exerting a force on A. And because of this action of force on A and B, their momentum changes. So momentum of A becomes PA dash. Okay, so this PA dash, and momentum of B becomes PB dash. Okay. So there is a change in momentum of A and there is also a change in momentum in B because of action of force of A on B and B on A. And when does this force acts? During collision. Okay, during collision. During collision, they will come in contact and they will exert force on each other. Okay. Now suppose time of contact is delta t. So this force is exerted between the two bodies A and B in the time interval delta t. Now we know that force, it is equal to delta P by delta T. Okay, this is from Newton second law, isn't it? Where delta P is a change in momentum, and this momentum changes in time delta T. So we can write F delta T is equal to delta P. F delta T is equal to delta P. So now, what is the force exerted on A? Force on A due to B. Okay, force on A due to B. So we'll write this as FAB. FAB. Okay, so force on A due to B, this force times delta T. So this is delta T. Now when this force acts on A, the momentum of A changes. So momentum of A changes from PA to PA dash. Okay, so these are vector quantities. Okay, so product of force and time is equal to change in momentum. So this is force on A due to B multiplied by delta T. So that is equal to change in momentum in A. So final momentum of A is PA dash, and initial momentum of A is PA. So PA dash minus PA. Okay. Now similarly, for B, force on B due to A, what will it will be? It will be FBA delta T is equal to, this is force on B due to A. So because of this, the momentum of B changes. So final momentum PB dash minus PB. This is the initial momentum of B. Okay. Acha. Now, so we have these two equations. Okay. So now, see, from third law, what do we have? So from Newton's third law, we have FAB. It is equal to minus FBA. That is, action and reaction, they are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. The negative sign, this shows that the direction is opposite. Okay. Now if we multiply both sides by delta T. Now if we multiply both sides by delta T, okay, so we have this expression. Now what is this? Force on A due to B in time delta T is equal to change in momentum of A. So that is PA dash minus PA is equal to minus this will be change in momentum of B. So PB dash minus PB. Okay, so rearranging these, we have PA PA plus PB is equal to PA dash plus PB dash. Okay. Now what is this? This is the total initial momentum and this is the total final momentum. So we can write the final momentum. So we can write final momentum PF, it is equal to initial momentum. Okay. So that means the momentum is conserved. There is no change in momentum. And this is happening when there is no external force. See, these forces, these are internal forces. That is the force exerted by one body on another body. Okay. So these are internal forces. External forces is 0. External force is 0. So in the absence of external force, the momentum is a conserved quantity. Total linear momentum is a conserved quantity. And this is known as principle of conservation of momentum.